Good evening. Iron Bill here, back with another video. I'm going to try not to move around too much. If I don't, the green screen should work just fine. Going to have to work on that though. I'm going to have to get into something a little less mobile behind me. Anyway, tonight I'm doing another 1250 Lost Sector Exodus Garden 2A, as you see. Right in front of you it says that it is Legend difficulty, extra shields, match game, locked equipment, fallen champions or barrier and overload. Fallen modifier is scorched earth. Destination modifier is solar and environmental damage taken. Burn is void damage. Now, because of that, I stuck with something that I've been doing, and this loadout actually served me pretty well. So I went with the Night Watch Scout Rifle, also Arianna's Vow, Falling Guillotine, and the armor mods that matter. On the arms, I was carrying, of course, the overload rounds for the scout rifle, and that takes care of overload if I choose to go that way. And I had unstoppable hand cannon because I'm doing a hand cannon, and that was just in case. It doesn't really do a lot in this particular one, but it couldn't hurt either. Chest piece, this is critical. I went with Concussive Dampener and Void Resistance, because the stuff that hurls the void at you, does it on impact. It's not like a laser or anything, or just void fire. I mean, it is just like bursts, and you want that concussive dampener. Stompees, and then on the cloak I ran Surge Eater, which recharges your grenade ability whenever you or a member of your fire team disrupts a champion. You pair that with thermal overload, and if you toss a solar or stasis grenade, it will disrupt the champion. So essentially, one feeds the other. So that's actually a pretty good 1-2 wombo combo. Beyond that, I think that's pretty much anything of note that I would put on there. I did, on my class, I threw a couple of items on that should extend the length of my stasis grenade or slowing abilities. That's important too. So with that said, we should be able to flip back here 2.5 minutes in. Let's go ahead and roll that beautiful beam footage, as they say. Course equipment locks. Now, generally there are 4 champions per lost sector. How soon they come in, that's just a matter of degree. Now, I used the Arianna's Vow to see how quickly it would take this down. And honestly, I made a mistake there, because what I should have done is taken the shield down and charged it with a sword. That would have been much more efficient, because see, now I had to blow a lot more rounds into it to get rid of it. So I started with 30 rounds, and now I have 15. Took 15 rounds to do it that way. I won't make that mistake again. The only way I would is if the servitor isn't isolated and I was forced to go that way, but that actually was a big waste of ammo and could have potentially hurt me. And the reason I'm choosing Arianna's Vow, a couple things. I mean, it will stun barrier champions, so I don't have to use submachine gun for this. And since Arianna's Vow basically acts like a sniper, and the final fight, when you have so many enemies that are at range, if I have enough ammo, I should be able to take it down with this alone. Okay, so I kind of foul this up too. I have a lot of enemies around it, and I'm thinking, all right, so I want to stun it, and then I want to charge. And I should have tossed a grenade on there, and that would have taken care of everything around it, and let it disrupt, and then stun it again. And I probably wouldn't have had so much trouble with the enemies around. So this just wound up taking a little bit more time. Now there's another champion there already. This one's an overload, and I stun him. So I tossed the grenade. That's what I should have done. Let it stun him again. There we go. And then basically I get the grenade back. So there's no loss for that. That's how I should have handled the other champion. Now at this point, I can just kind of hang back and pick these guys off one by one. What I have to be mindful of, though, is not staying down sights so long that enemies spawn beside you. And there are a couple places along the way where that will happen, and they are exploding shanks, and you definitely don't want them spawning around your ears without you realizing it. It's really easy to get focused in. Now it's in this next section that happens. You'll see doors to the right up here. Basically around that sigil, you want to kind of pay attention to that. Also on that next building, you'll always want to look for snipers. And this won't be the last of them. Because after you kill enough ads, more spawn in, and then it all happens again. So that's why I'm not heavily committing to this just yet, because it's pretty easy to get overwhelmed. Plus, there'll be another champion up there. I've taken 2 champions so far. There will be at least 2 more. I believe that's right. And there, you see, are the exploding shanks that I was talking about. They will come, and there will be more too. So I'm just going to go ahead and hold here for a minute. There's my next champion. He is an overload. So it's been barrier, overload, overload. Yeah, this is the one I foul up. Because I get him stunned, toss the grenade and go into it. No, maybe it's not the one. It's the 4th one. One of them I fouled up pretty badly. That I actually handled pretty well. But you notice the servitor is moving up. Alright. Now, it's kind of hard to get to him because he has so many enemies around him that he's shielding. And I really need to draw them away so I can pick them off. But I've got to get close to them, then pull back. Also, I have to watch the snipers on top. Red bars aren't too bad, but the yellow ones will give you a lot of trouble. And they can kill you pretty fast. See, as long as he hangs there, I can't do much to him. Not even with Arianna's Vow. It won't shoot through that. I don't believe, anyway. I don't think I tried, now that I think about it. Alright, so I decided to get greedy. Because, you know, you're time sensitive here. And I think, well, maybe I can get in there. If I can get him to the point where I get him disrupted. And that was a pretty good shuriken. It slowed them down and damaged them heavily. Now I have to look on top because this guy's serious. You can't ignore the yellow bars. They will take you down. Alright. So I think, alright, I've got an opportunity here. If I can just get him stunned, I'm going to go in with the sword. There it is. Here's my chance. And I don't even get close. They melt me before I get anywhere near. And if you're counting, that's at least 6, 7 dregs right there. So that move never had a chance. And now I've lost my grenade. Fortunately, I can take down a few of the dregs in the process. I can stun him again. Keep him stunned. And I figure, okay, at this point, I'm going to damage him as much as possible. But this guy really is busting me up. And I'm going to take another L if I don't. And the shame of it is, of course, now the servitor's going to completely respawn or heal. But I've got to get rid of that yellow bar. He's the one that... those are the ones that killed me so fast. The red bars I probably could have just run right through. And again, this is just taking a lot of time. And I probably should have committed very quickly to the servitor before the rest of this stuff spawned, and they'd have been a lot easier to take down. So if I was trying to improve my time, that's what I would do. I'd be aggressive. And the worst that would happen is I'd lose a life. But I lost one anyway, so what difference does it make? Now I know that Shank's right there, so I'm going to get him so he doesn't pop around a corner and pick me up. I'm going to have to move in here and draw this guy out. This time, if I can get him stunned, they wouldn't be able to kill me as long as they don't have an exploding shank right on top, and I'm not already super damaged. Alright, that's good. I'm trying to conserve my Arianna's Vow because I know I'm going to need it in that last room. I have 26 rounds. That's pretty good shape. About as good a chance as I'm going to get at it. Alright, there he is. Boom. Stun him. Now, I don't know what I'm waiting for. Oh, I didn't have a grenade, that's why. I just decided to rush it. Take my chances. You know, when you kill a champion, you get a revive back, so it would have been a worthwhile trade in that situation. But you see how much easier it is to deal with the ads once you get that down. And get the servitor down and the champion down. Alright, so that's it for champions. Should be. So now all I have to do is go over and take care of the servitor. And that should just be a matter of dropping his... Well, I don't even have to drop his shield because what I have, and I don't know why I wasted the Ariannas on this, my sword is void. It would have just pulled that shield right down. There we go. At this point, though, that sword is useless because I'm going to have to kill this guy from distance. He's up in the air. There's no way a sword's going to do any good there. There'll be tons of ads that spawn every third of his health, quarter to third of his health. And they're already starting to come in, which is all right. I mean, I've got plenty of cover. If they come through that doorway, it's a choke point. They really don't have much of a chance. I've got plenty of time. It's 7.5 minutes. And that's even taking like 3 minutes to clear out that last section. I see that little guy there and I figure, well, I'm going to see how many rounds it takes to pull him down. And I can see it would take 4 or 5 shots. And then I have enemies closing on me, so I'm not going to mess with it too much. The only reason I worry about that is in case it tries to shield the main boss. Which I know I can't take it down without exposing myself unduly here. And I figure, you know what, I've got ammo up there. If I have to push forward to get it, I will. But right now I'm going to see if I can get an open line on the main servitor. And I want to kill him quickly because if I don't, then there are going to be a lot more ads and it gets a lot more aggressive. We're passing through 8 minutes now. It's time to commit. So let's just see what we can do. And Arianna's Vow, just chews it up. That's what you want to do. Alright, now all I have to do is collect the chest and I'm done. So I decide, let's just go in there and push in. If I die, I die, but if not, I get the chest and I bug out. And I don't have to go back the way, or through that door with all the shanks. I can back right out. 25 seconds, it's over regardless. Now, I didn't get anything special. Man, it's alright. You know, what I'm trying to do is make sure that I hit every one of these because I'm certain there will be a triumph associated with that. Not that I care that much, but if I can get these done and get the process down, I'll start running the masters too and see what I can do with that. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's all I have for tonight. 8.5 minutes essentially, plus the 2.5 on top, so we're right around 11-12 minutes long. That's plenty for a video for the evening. Thank you so much for watching. This is Iron Bill, and I'm signing out.